And welcome. We're so pleased to have you here this morning. My name is Ralph Reed. I'm Vice President, Corporate Social Responsibility for Sprint. And I'd like to thank all of you for joining us here this morning. This is truly an important day for Sprint, and we're pleased that you're joining us here for this announcement of a major step that we're taking in our environmental responsibility efforts. Sprint has always been known for our corporate citizenship. We take much pride in that. We love to support the communities where our employees live and work, and we also support our employees through employee volunteerism. At Sprint, we like to say that to be a corporate citizen is a part of our DNA, and that starts from the top at our CEO. Please join me in welcoming our President and CEO, Dan Hesse.
Thank you, Ralph. Let's move this up a little bit.
Okay, I thought about it.
I don't know if it will. Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us at the Cooper-Hewitt Cooper-Hewitt National Design Museum. It's a little tough to say. I'd like to especially thank Omar Khan from Samsung, and Elizabeth Ward and Mike Andrews from the Nature Conservancy for being here. Sprint has a comprehensive and proactive approach to our environmental efforts, which I'd like to share with you today. Being environmentally conscious makes good business sense. Consumers want to buy products from responsible companies, and they are increasingly expecting corporations to take an active role in protecting the environment. More than half of consumers are calling for businesses to use renewable energy, and 60% of Americans are looking to purchase greener products. From reducing carbon gas emissions to greening our business operations and setting aggressive goals, Sprint is a recognized leader in sustainability. Sprint's 200-acre Overland Park, Kansas headquarters campus is one of the most environmentally friendly campuses in the country. 80% of the campus power comes from wind. I like to joke, it's because that's where our executives are. But this helps Sprint rank number 20 on the EPA's Green Power Partner Fortune 500 list. Over 60% of the campus is green space and is watered with recaptured water so that no city water is used. Sprint leads the wireless industry in the development and uses of alternative energy in our networks. We have more than 250 hydrogen fuel cells in our network, and more are planned. Cleaner and quieter than traditional backup power sources, the only byproducts of hydrogen fuel cells are water and heat. Sprint was the only wireless carrier that received a grant for fuel cell technology from the U.S. Department of Energy at $7.3 million, the largest single fuel cell technology grant provided as part of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. We've significantly reduced our IT-based power consumption by retiring more than 3,800 servers, which is the equivalent of removing 3,200 cars from the road. Sprint was the first wireless provider to become an EPA Climate Leaders Partner. Sprint's industry-leading recycling programs have kept more than 17 million wireless phones out of the waste stream. Our wireless recycling rate is 3 times the industry average, and the proceeds from our recycling program go to protecting the internet for children. We are proud of our leadership efforts to date, but we're challenging ourselves and our industry to do more by setting aggressive improvement goals. Last year, Sprint set an ambitious industry-first goal, you can see a theme here, to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 15% by 2017. To put this in context, this is equivalent to removing 1.5 million cars from the road for a whole year. Earlier this year, we set another industry-first goal to collect 90% of wireless devices sold by 2017 for reuse and recycling. I'm proud to announce new additional aggressive goals regarding Sprint's environmental stewardship. Sprint will be the first U.S. wireless carrier to establish a set of environmental design criteria for future devices and accessories. We are partnering with our handset partners, like Samsung, to ensure that new devices contain sustainable design elements, utilize more sustainable packaging, and adopt greener manufacturing processes. We're greening our stores by establishing a green print for every Sprint store refurbishment and new builds. This includes incorporating design elements consistent with LEED, that's L-E-E-D, design standards and sustainable design elements such as energy efficient lighting and low water usage plumbing fixtures. The rollout of these energy efficient upgrades will reduce the carbon footprint of each store by an estimated 19,000 pounds of CO2 equivalents. Lastly, we will reduce our paper usage by 30% by 2012, continuing to encourage customers to sign up for e-billing is a part of this effort. This will save more than 60 million pounds of paper, or nearly 800,000 trees. Sprint is the only U.S.-based carrier to have publicly set such measurable and aggressive long-term goals. This approach makes our environmental platform actionable and holds us accountable. As further demonstration of our commitment to the environment, I am particularly pleased to unveil the most full-featured, eco-friendly device in the United States, the Reclaim from Samsung and Sprint. 80% of the Reclaim is from recyclable materials. 40% of the phone's casing is made from bioplastic, a renewable and biodegradable resource. The Reclaim's packaging is an eco-friendly design that is 70% recycled and 100% recyclable. The phone's charger consumes 12 times less power than the Energy Star standard. There's even a helpful alert which encourages users to unplug the device when it's fully charged. The Reclaim is the most full-featured QWERTY phone launched by Sprint at less than $50. It provides the latest in wireless technology with Sprint's award-winning one-click user interface and all the must-have features to stay connected. The Reclaim provides one-click access to green content from Discovery and from all things green. Social sites like Facebook, MySpace, and YouTube can be instantly accessed by a one-click. Experience Reclaim for yourself later today. We are proud of the Reclaim and the progress it reflects of combining eco-friendly materials with the very latest technology. Finally, I'd like to announce Sprint's collaboration with the Nature Conservancy to support land and resource conservation programs. When customers purchase a Reclaim, $2 from each device go to the Nature Conservancy's Adopt an Acre program, which supports land conservation across the United States. Our partnership is an example of how private organizations and companies can join forces to do good. Thank you for joining us today to hear about our journey toward greater energy efficiency. And now I'd like to invite Omar Khan from Samsung up to the stage to unveil the Reclaim. Thank you. Voila.
Thanks, Dan. Good morning, everyone. It's exciting to be here with everyone to see the Reclaim come to life. As you just saw in the unveiling and from Dan's comments, the Reclaim is a powerful, innovative, eco-centric device based on all the features that it has packed inside it, but more importantly, what it doesn't have. First, let's take a look, and I'll repeat some of these features, at what the Reclaim brings to the table. First and foremost, as Dan mentioned, the Reclaim comes with a hardware casing that's made from bioplastics derived from corn, thereby creating a smaller carbon footprint. Also, it comes with an Energy Star approved charger that is complete with a reminder light that reminds you to disconnect the charger when the battery is full. It comes with a full QWERTY keyboard for that discerning messaging and email user. It comes with a 2-megapixel camera and camcorder to capture those important moments of your daily life. It comes with one-click access to those eco-centric websites that Dan mentioned, as well as your favorite social networking sites where you can upload and share those moments directly from your Reclaim. It comes with one-click access to corporate, consumer, and calendar email. And finally, it comes with an outer box and an inner phone tray that's made from 70% recycled materials. Now let's take a closer look at what the Reclaim doesn't have. The Reclaim doesn't come with a bulky printed user manual. Instead, you can log into sprint.com to find an electronic version of the manual. It doesn't come with the traditional inks. Instead, we use soy-based inks for all printed materials. It also doesn't have polyvinyl chloride, following the recommendation of leading green electronics industry experts. And finally, no bulky packaging. Because of the lighter packaging, it has not only less waste, but also a smaller shipping footprint and a lighter shipping cost. These design and packaging innovations add up to make the Reclaim not only good for you, but good for the environment. The Reclaim is a good example of Samsung's commitment to being a responsible, socially conscious, or environmentally conscious company. But it's not nearly the beginning of those efforts. Samsung's efforts to becoming an environmentally conscious company, an environmentally friendly company, began nearly 20 years ago. In 1990, Samsung established a policy to provide eco-centric products, develop those products and design those products in an energy-efficient, eco-friendly manner, to deliver those products using an efficient supply chain, and to minimize the inclusion of hazardous materials and chemicals included in those products. Our commitment to developing and being an eco-centric business has served Samsung well. Greenpeace International recently recognized Samsung as the #2 most eco-friendly electronics company in the world. Based on our continued commitments and efforts, our goal is to become #1. We've achieved that status globally through products made without harmful chemicals such as brominated flame retardant and polyvinyl chloride. Samsung is building phones such as the Reclaim with bioplastics extracted from corn that enable our ability to deliver phones that are recyclable and biodegradable. Samsung is incorporating technologies that consume less power and are more energy efficient. Samsung is investing in software that improves user efficiency and further enhances battery life. Fast forward to today, and Samsung has a new vision on how to become an even better partner to our world. Samsung recently announced our Eco Management 2013 plan. It's an aggressive and comprehensive set of initiatives designed to make Samsung an eco-centric leader among all companies around this world. The plan is made up of 4 core green management principles and objectives. Number 1, reduce greenhouse gas emissions normalized by sales for manufacturing facilities by 50%, and cut indirect greenhouse gas emissions from all products by 84 million tons. Number 2, ensure that 100% of our products are eco-friendly and exceed global eco-mark standards. Number 3, invest more than $4.3 billion in eco-management initiatives. And finally, enhance green alliances with our suppliers and our partners. Today, Samsung Mobile is proud to enhance its alliance with Sprint, our great carrier partner, and we're proud to announce the Samsung Reclaim. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan and Omar. As Dan mentioned in his remarks, Sprint will be contributing $2 from every Samsung Reclaim device sold. And those dollars will go to the Nature Conservancys Adopt an Acre program here in the U.S. We're pleased today to have with us not one, but two executives from the Nature Conservancy to talk with you about our involvement with them and the great work that they do around the world to protect the environment. Please welcome Elizabeth Ward, Chief Marketing Officer, and Mike Andrews, Senior Conservation Fellow at the Nature Conservancy.
Thank you, Ralph. On behalf of the Nature Conservancy, I would like to thank Sprint for its commitment to protecting vitally important lands and waters through its support of the Conservancy's Adopt an Acre program. Since its launch in 1991, over 30,000 people, schools, and organizations have raised $22 million to protect 600,000 acres in South America, Asia, Central America, the Caribbean, Africa, and the United States. When you give to Adopt an Acre, you're helping to ensure the lasting protection of important lands and waters through the Conservancy's efforts to replant trees and natural vegetation, hire park guards and train them to protect against illegal logging and poaching, and working with local landowners to establish permanent conservation easements. The Design for a Living World exhibition, which I hope all of you get a chance to see upstairs, is the perfect setting for this announcement. The designs explore the transformation of organic materials such as wool, plants, and wood into beautiful and useful objects. And each project tells a unique story of a place, a way of life, the life cycle of materials, and the power of conservation and design. But most importantly, it really tells us about the power that we have as consumers. By selecting or choosing sustainable materials rather than those that deplete our natural resources, we have the power to transform our global economy. We have the power to advance global conservation ethic, and we have the power to preserve the lands and waters that sustain all of us. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce Mike Andrews, my colleague, who has served as both the Chief Conservation Officer for the Nature Conservancy and the Chief Operating Officer, and now is Vice President in charge of our partnerships with corporations and foundations.
Dan, thank you very much. Omar, Elizabeth, thanks for the introduction. It is really an honor to be here. I've worked for the Nature Conservancy for 26 years. And those who don't know it, a couple of words. It's the largest conservation organization by many standards in the world. We have more than 1 million members in the United States and around the world. We work in 30 countries. We work uniquely in all 50 states. We have programs in all 50 states in the United States. And our mission is to preserve the diversity of life that is so important to us all. Not just to our aesthetic values, but we've discovered all of this more recently, to very much to the human life on Earth. Without a healthy functioning systems around the world, we as a species cannot survive. So it's come as a challenge to us, as we've developed as an organization, to understand about our ability to cooperate more effectively with human communities, but also with aspects of communities that are so important to us, particularly corporations that generate the resources, the products, the functions of our lives that we all so much depend on. So it's a particular honor to be here with Samsung, and particularly with Sprint, to recognize their contribution and understanding of the need for sustainable productivity. I'd like to just say another word or two about the Conservancy, as Adopt an Acre is one of our programs. In total, with partners around the world, corporations, communities, we have been able to protect more than 120 million acres. But that is just a start. The protection of the diversity of life on Earth is really a job for all of us. And it is so inspiring to see corporations take that charge, to realize that it is part of their social responsibility to the community. So again, I applaud both Samsung and Sprint today. Thank you again for that. The last thing I just want to say is that it's a nice mix for me to be here. You heard for our show upstairs, Design for a Living Planet, talk about the use and design of products, of technology to enhance our lives. And I don't think we've got a better example, and I'm myself looking forward to seeing and using this phone. And I also have to say thank you for the button that says my charger is full, or my phone is full. I'm a great violator of energy use in that regard. I'll do my best to be better. But this linkage of design, of usefulness, of practicality, with the aspirations we all have for a better world, a more sustainable future for our children, all comes together when we have the leadership of organizations like Sprint, Samsung, work with us and work with our partners to make the world a better place. So very much I want to thank you and look forward to an ongoing and long relationship. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth and Mike. This concludes our formal presentation. We hope that you will all stick around for breakfast, enjoy the breakfast that we have for you, and also stop by the demo stations that we have so that you can check out the Samsung Reclaim for yourself. In addition, we want to remind you, as to what Mike and Elizabeth just mentioned, the Design for Living exhibit is upstairs, and we hope that you go by and visit that. It's open just for this group until 9:30 this morning. The gallery is located upstairs, and the exhibit features the work of 10 leading designers who have been commissioned to develop new uses for sustainably grown and harvested materials. As you leave the museum today, please make sure that you stop by the registration table to pick up the press kits that we have for you there that talks about our announcements that we made today. And in addition, you will also find information in there about our new environmental initiatives that we've outlined today. Finally, thank you again for joining us, and we hope that you have a great day.